Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. So I will get into where I've been in a little bit, but today we are here to kit up my next diamond painting. Now if you watched my what month is it? March. If you watched my February month in review, you may or may not know that this is not the kit I said I was going to work on next. Now the reason that I've been away and things that we have going on is why I am moving to this kit. So let's just go ahead and get started. I will share lots of things with you all and we will go from there. So today I will be kitting up Fairy Bunny. This is from Diamond Art Club. This is one of their Amazon exclusive kits. It is by the artist Rita Konya. There are 41 colors with three ABs. And yeah, just ABs in this one. It is a small one, so it's 32.8 centimeters by 40.6 centimeters. This is definitely what I personally would class as a snack size kit, which I very much need right now. So I have my diamonds. I'm going to use this really pretty purple thin washi tape to put on my containers. This is not going to be a choose accessories with me, which again, I'll go into in a second, but I have this really cute Easter tape that I want to use. So I'm going to use that. I'm using the Craftmate Lockables purely because it was the easiest thing for me to reach. I have some scissors and I have the diamond painting. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I did not post any videos last week, which was not planned. It just kind of worked out that way. I had a schedule I had been intending to film and I just didn't get around to it. Last weekend we had our nieces for a sleepover and I just didn't feel like filming after they left. I didn't feel like filming during the week. It just, I don't know. I'm sure we all have those weeks. So I was just like, you know what? No videos this week. I did finish my kit that I had been working on, so I was planning to post a post review Friday, but Steven and I both took the day off. We both work for separate school districts, not as teachers. I work in IT and he works at a different district he does HVAC, so heating and air conditioning and stuff. So we are 12-month employees, like we don't follow the same schedule as the teachers, but when kids don't have school, it's just much easier for us to take time off, if that makes sense. So we both had conference days, which meant it was a bit easier for us to take the time off. We actually went and got new cats. So we had been talking about getting a new cat for a while now. If you've been around, you know that we lost our cat Neville October of 2022. Sorry, I didn't want to try to talk over the crinkling. So we lost him in October of 2022. And no, 2022? Gosh, has it really been that long? Holy crap. Oy. And Steven, I don't want to say that Steven's been on me to get a new cat, but Steven has definitely been like, Luna needs a friend. And I just wasn't really of that mentality, but Steven really wanted one. And I was like, all right, oops, sorry guys, I just knocked you with the scissors. So I was like, all right, whatever, let's go look. We had seen one on their website that I thought was really cute and whatever. So the Humane Society that we were pre-approved through, just because I had already sent in the application and everything in case one came up that we really wanted. That was a certain Humane Society and I was like, we're already pre-approved for them, so let's just take a ride. It's about 45 minutes south of us. It's actually the first time I've been to that facility and it is absolutely gorgeous. It is amazing. Like the nicest Humane Society that I have ever been to. I adopted Neville through a different Humane Society, which obviously worked out in my favor, but this one that we went through this time was much, much nicer. So we went, and the the one that we saw online that I really, really liked, for me, it's definitely like I have to get the feeling of this is the one. And online, I was like, he's so cute. I really, really like him, whatever. So that's what we went looking for. Well, that cat was super, super, super skittish and wanted absolutely nothing to do with us, which is fair. Like, that environment, I get it, but we really couldn't take that risk with Luna. Like, already having a cat in the house, having another cat, and that one being like super skittish, it just wasn't gonna work out. So we went into they had these really, really cool, just like cat social rooms. Like, the cats just live in rooms together, which in my experience, like past humane societies, they've all been in cages. So I was like, okay, well, this is a good sign. Like, the ones that are in these rooms are clearly used to other cats, and that's a good sign with Luna and whatever. So we went into the rooms, and we saw a couple that we really liked that were super cute, but 2 of them were already adopted. They were just waiting to be picked up, which, like, if there's cats in those rooms that are already picked and waiting to be picked up, like, there should be a separate room for them, because one of them, his name was Shuey. He was so cute. I was a little sad when they were like, oh yeah, he's already adopted. It's like, why are they out and available if they're not actually available? Anyway, first world problems with that, I guess. So we saw one of the cats, super friendly, really, really cute, took to both Steven and I very, very quickly, and we were like, oh, this is perfect. Like, obviously we want a friendly cat. We have 2 nieces who come over fairly often, and I want to make sure that, you know, it's a friendly cat, social, whatever. So Steven went out to ask about that cat. And while he was out, there was another one that was sleeping on like the windowsill in like a little bed. And I was like, you are so cute. And he was like purring while I was petting him. And I was like, oh no. So I was able to like spin his collar around and see which cat he was. And I was like, oh, you're so cute. So Steven comes back in and he's like, she's available, but they said that she has a best friend and they're not necessarily a bonded pair, but they came in together from their last location and they're like best friends. And I was like, oh. So what do you want to do? And he's like, well, so needless to say, we came home with 2 cats, you guys. We're now a 3-cat household, which is wild. If you are familiar with me and my pets, obviously we had Neville, who was named after Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter. Now, I'm not trying to get into a political debate about Harry Potter. I grew up on Harry Potter. Loved the books, loved the movies. Neville was my favorite character, so that's how Neville got his name. And then when we got Luna, we decided to keep the Harry Potter name theme going, which we did. And when we were talking about getting new cats, I was like, maybe we should just, you know, go with a different theme. Like, you can pick a name. I said to Steven, you know, pick something from one of your shows or a sports thing or whatever. And he was like, oh, I don't really mind the Harry Potter thing. So they came to us named, I will pop up pictures of them here. They came to us named Severus, who is 2 years old. We have started calling him Sevy, which is funny because that is a pitcher on the Yankees, which Steven is a big Yankees fan. So it kind of works. So we have started calling him Sevy. And then we have Minerva, who is 1.5 years, and she is named after McGonagall, Minerva McGonagall. So, I don't know, I was kind of like, they already have Harry Potter names. It kind of felt like a sign from our Neville to take both of them. So, we came home with 2 cats. We were absolutely not expecting to come home with 2 cats. We went with our carrier and they're like, oh, you only have 1 carrier? And we're like, yeah, we came for 1 and we're leaving with 2. So they are super cute. Like I said, they are best buds. So they are currently staying in the spare room, which is where my craft room where I film and stuff. They are currently, as I'm filming, we have a little tent which we had for Luna when she had her spay, so we could keep her in our bedroom because they're not supposed to jump and stuff. So we pulled that out. We put them in there the first day just so they could be like contained and get comfortable. They sleep in there, but during the day they have free reign of this room. I kind of cat-proofed a lot of my diamond painting stuff because we want to slowly introduce them to Luna. The last 2 days they have been completely like shut up in here. I came in here last night and I was watching something on my iPad. I'll pop up a picture here just because I wanted to spend some time with them, but so cuddly, so cute, but we're just not ready to introduce them to Luna. So currently, as I'm filming this, the 2 of them are in the tent. I have the door open and Luna is just hanging out on the couch in the living room. So they've only met each other through the tent. There's been some hissing, there's been some growling, there's been a little bit of who's the boss, but I'm hopeful. I think it'll go okay. Luna is older than both of them. She just turned 3 on March 5th. So I'm hoping that they can like sort out the dominance thing and the who's the captain of the ship. But we'll see what happens. Obviously Luna is our first priority, and if things don't go well, then we'll come across that bridge if and when we have to. But I'm feeling optimistic. I think that they'll be okay. Like I said, it's really only day 2. So obviously I'm filming this on Sunday, by the way. We got them home like 2 o'clock on Friday, and we just got them set up and shut them in the spare room so they could rest. Because like I said earlier, it's like a 50-minute drive from where we got them. So they were in the car for quite a bit. So we wanted to just kind of let them chill out and do their thing. They are currently cuddled up together. It's very cute. So yeah, needless to say, between me not really wanting to film last week and then us getting 2 cats, I'm going to try my best to keep my schedule normal for this week. I don't like skipping that many videos, but it happens from time to time. I've just kind of been feeling a little bit uninspired. So between that and then having 2 new cats in the family, that is why I decided to jump right to this bunny diamond painting. This is supposed to be my Easter painting, because I just don't know how much time I'm actually going to have to diamond paint, and this is an easy one that I can move around. Like if they're having some downtime in here, I can move this out to the kitchen table or to like a TV tray in the living room, and I can diamond paint it without really being tied to my drafting table, which I kind of am when it's a really large diamond painting. So that's that. It'll be fine. If I only have 2 finishes this month, I will be okay with that. And that way, like, I don't feel like I'm on a schedule to get kits done before the end of the month. Now, I never ever feel pressure from you guys. I pressure myself into my number of finishes, and I have like certain plans in mind, a certain range of numbers of kits that I want to finish in the year. So I do put a little bit of pressure on myself, but I've gotten much better this year at being like, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. I have other things that I've really been enjoying doing. So, you know, just taking time to do other things. So I feel like I'm being so over dramatic, but I feel like this is a good step for me that I'm like, it's all right. Like, let's just skip that other kit. We'll go to this one and it'll make sure I have plenty of time to finish it and I won't feel like discouraged about not finishing this kits this month, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So that's that. But yes, we are now a 3-cat household. We have been looking into litter box solutions. I think we're gonna go for the litter robot. We know a few people who have it and really like it. The only problem is we do not have a very large house. To be honest, we're kind of pushing it with 3 cats, but it's okay. Where we have the litter box now, and we lucked out because Luna and Neville liked to share a litter box. We had separate litter boxes for them when we first got Luna, and the other one just went unused. So they did like to share. We just had to make sure we were cleaning it frequently. So it didn't get super smelly and all that fun stuff. But these two don't mind. We have a little litter box in the tent with them. And I don't want you guys to think we have them in like a teeny tiny tent. Like, this is a nice size tent. They have a litter box. They have like a short cat tower with a scratcher and a basket. They have food and water. They have another cat bed. Like, it's a good size. So it's not like we're keeping them in a really small space. So they're currently sharing a litter box in there, but we don't want to force it on Luna if she's not really interested. So we're thinking about the litter robot, but like I was saying, I keep losing my train of thought. Can you guys tell it's been a while since I've filmed? I feel like I'm all over the place. Where we currently keep the litter box, the robot is too big. So we need to figure out what to do there. And our bathroom is quite small, and where we kept the second litter box previously, the litter robot also wouldn't fit there. So we need to figure out what to do. We could theoretically put it in here in the spare room, but Luna likes to eat my cover minders. So she likes to take them off of the cover minder boards that I have. She like flicks them off and then she puts them in her mouth and carries them around. So needless to say, when I'm not in this room, the door stays shut. So I would have to do some modifications if we decide to go that route. Our bedroom also stays closed when we're not here. So it's kind of the living room is really our only extra space that we could put it. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, we do not frequently have guests over. I am not a people person. Like, it's really, our families are the only ones that come over. Occasionally my friend will come over with her kids, but honestly, that's really only a couple times a year. So it's really not a big deal. If we were to put it in the living room, we just don't know if we want to do that. So if you guys have litter box ideas for multiple cats, let me know. We're not sold on the litter robot. We do have a coupon, thank you to a very good friend who has shared a coupon with us, which would definitely help with the price. And they have a litter robot and love it. So we are leaning that way, but we'll see what happens. So that's kind of that. That's what's going on in Laura Land. I still can't believe we came home with 2 cats. Send us good vibes with the 3 of them getting along. Luna has not made her way in here. I had a disclaimer ready for you guys if you were to hear hissing that all the cats are safe. So, but she hasn't even made her way over here yet, so I think Steven filled the bird feeder before he left. So she's probably enjoying all the birdies. If you have any tips and tricks about introducing cats, please let us know. We have done this once before. The difference was that Luna was like 2 months old and Neville was 5, I think. So there was a really big age gap. It was easy for Neville to be like one little meow and he was the alpha. I hope that Luna and Severus can come to that agreement as well. Because obviously Luna was here first. Like, Luna takes precedence. And we'll do whatever we have to do to make her comfortable. But we'll see. We got time. We have plenty of time. We've already called our vet, set up an appointment for her to come look over the 2 new ones. Obviously they were checked at the Humane Society and they have all their shots and stuff, and Luna's up to date on everything, so we're not worried in that department, but I do just want to have them looked over. It's very windy here. Oh, okay, so was this the beginning of last week? I think it was Monday of last week. We had a crazy windstorm. I was planning to film when I got home that day because I knew obviously I wasn't gonna get a Monday video up, but I was like, maybe I can film for Wednesday. I came home with a car full of groceries to no power, which ticked me right off. I was like, oh my gosh, of course, on grocery day. We do Walmart grocery pickup. I hate grocery shopping. So Walmart is pretty much on my way home from work. I have to take a couple of extra turns, but it's more or less on my way home. So put in a grocery order and I pick it up on my way home from work. It's very convenient for us. And I'm able to do it during the week where it's a little bit less crowded or less busy, I guess I should say. So 34, 45. Pick up the groceries, get home, no power. So obviously I couldn't get into the garage. So I get the front door open, which we never use our front door. We always come through the garage. So I was like, where the hell's my house key? Because I have one of the smart keys for my car, so I don't actually have to use a key. So as long as it's like in my purse or my work bag, my car will start. So half the time I don't even know where my keys are. So I'm like digging around for my keys. I get in, get all the groceries in, and I'm like, now what do I do? Like, the power's been out. What do I do? So I sorted everything out into piles, refrigerated, freezer, whatever. Threw the fridge open, threw everything in, closed it, like slammed it closed. It was ridiculous. The fridge looked a mess. So I did that for the freezer, texted Steven, and I was like, power's been out for a while. Like, I could tell by the fridge, stuff was still cold and stuff was still frozen in the freezer. But it had been out for a bit. So he gets home from work. He's checking the National Grid app and they're like 5:15. And I was like, all right, 5:15, feasible. Groceries will be fine. We're good to go. 5:15 comes and goes. 7:15. 7:15 comes and goes. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock comes and goes. Still no power. Now, I am somebody who is terrified of storms. So I have like an emergency setup for us with power blocks, and we have some lights that are rechargeable or battery operated. And so we were fine, like with the light and stuff. It really wasn't a problem. I just grabbed a book and that's what I did. We were just more concerned about the food. Now, the fact that Monday was grocery pickup day, I think actually saved me, because all that stuff wasn't in the fridge. It was frozen at Walmart, you know, refrigerated and frozen at Walmart. So when I picked it up, obviously it was still all really cold. So it's after 9 and I'm like, what are we gonna do? So he checks National Grid again. And now they were saying 9 p.m. on Tuesday. And I was like, Steven, we're going to lose all of our brand new groceries if we do that. So he texts his parents, who live like 5 minutes down the road from us. And his dad's like, yeah, just bring it over. No worries. So we go over, and I said to Steven, I was like, we're going to get over there. We're going to put everything in the fridge, and the power is going to come back on. Now, we do have security cameras around our house, so obviously we can see if power comes back on. So we get everything in the house. His mom's asleep, so it's just his dad that's awake. And go back out to the car. We're sitting in the truck, and his dad calls and goes, your power's back on. Because he has access to our cameras. And I was like, I told you this was gonna happen. So Steven's like, you wanna just go get the stuff now? And I was like, yep. So we go back in, get everything, come home. Yep, power's back on. Good to go. I knew that was gonna happen. So that was that. Got home, everything was put away. We finally made it to bed like after 11, and I was miserable because I am an early to bed kind of gal. So a couple of days later, Steven's out. We had some really, really nice like 60-degree days this week. So he's like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna rake up sticks and stuff, because it was a crazy windstorm. Like, it was really freaking windy. So he's like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna rake up the yard and whatever. And I was like, okay. So he goes out and he's doing that, and then our neighbor comes out, who is very chatty. He and Steven can talk for hours. So they're talking, and then one of the neighbors behind us comes out. So the three of them are talking, and it turns out that our diagonal neighbor in our backyard had this massive tree that he was not maintaining. The branches were just wild. Half of the tree came down. Like, we drove by it the other day. He has not cleaned any of it up. His entire driveway is covered in the tree. He can't park in it. And that's his business. Whatever, that's his problem. I don't care what he decides to do. But I could not believe how big that tree was. So apparently the tree came down and took down power lines, obviously. National Grid came and had to cut power. So it didn't take out power, but National Grid had to cut the power. The power was out for like, I think he said they cut it around like 12:30, and it wasn't back on until like 10:30. So, ugh, it sucked. It really makes you like grateful for what you have. It's like, you don't realize how much you love the power and internet and all that stuff until it's out for more than half of a day. Doesn't it ever make you wonder, like, how did people do it back in the day with no power? Because really, like, with the lights and stuff that we have that are battery operated and rechargeable, sure, like, you could tell we didn't have power, but like, we had lights and stuff on. The biggest thing was that we didn't have heat. But anyway, that was that. That was my fun and eventful story. So that was partially to blame for no videos last week, but also I was just to blame. My plan had been no video Monday, come back Wednesday and Friday, but with no power, I couldn't film. And then we went to get cats, so I didn't film. So here we are. It's really windy again today. Oh, I think it's raining. Yikes. I feel like I should go charge up some of the stuff in my emergency stash. See? When Steven and I first moved in together, I was like, okay, this is our emergency basket. It will hold all of our power blocks, battery operated candles, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, we need an emergency basket. When I was a kid, we had a tornado that came right through our backyard. And I live in New York, so where I live in New York, tornadoes are pretty rare. And we were out of power for like a week, and it was this whole thing. We didn't have school. So ever since then, I have a very big fear of weather. And I like to have an emergency basket. If the power's out, I just pull the basket out. We've got everything we need and we're good to go. So there are worse things than being prepared for something like that, right? So that is that. We are kitted up and ready to go. I have a couple of rows left of my Craftmate lockables. These are not my favorite storage solution, but like I mentioned, it was the easiest thing I could get to. Thankfully, Steven's tall because I usually have to use a stepladder to get up to where I store my containers. Because the way we have the room set up, the cat tent is like pushed up to the closet so they don't try to get into it. And that's where I store all of my fun things. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's kitten chat. I'm sorry it's a little bit of a shorter one, but it is what it is. Now I will be back hopefully on Wednesday. All the cats are really chill and Steven's not home, so I'm thinking I might try to film this week's videos like right now. So I'm not quite sure what Wednesday is going to be just yet, but I do know that Friday will be a post review for my most recent finish. So I hope you guys will come back. Happy to be back with some new videos for you guys. And let me know what you guys have been up to in the comments down below over the last week, because I have missed chatting with you all in the comments, which reminds me, if you left me a comment anytime last week, I did not respond to anything. I do plan to get caught up on comments over the next couple of days. So if you have left me one, I'm not ignoring you. I will be responding, at the very minimum, liking your comment very soon. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a happy Monday and a great week. And hopefully I will see you all on Wednesday. Bye.